Namaste and welcome. I'm Linda Premanandi, classical yoga teacher and yoga therapist. Welcome to my tutorial on the Bhrama Mudra. Just before we jump into the practice, I've made some notes because I wanted to give a little bit of context to the practice and just explain why it's so important, and also go through what I think are the important elements of the practice, and I think I will put those elements into a document in the description so that you can maybe explore a little bit more. So the Bhrama Mudra concerns itself with the upper back, with the shoulders, with the upper chest, obviously with the neck and the head. Obviously the neck I say, but it's a practice that brings the neck turning into different positions. And the neck is a very important junction point in the body. Obviously it's the bridge between the brain and the body. So if we look at all the sensory information that comes from different parts of the body, it has to travel up through the neck to get to the brain. And then the motor commands from the brain have to come all the way down to the rest of the body through the neck. The great blood vessels, the caroted artery, the jugular veins, all of these things run in this area. And also the vital endocrine gland, the thyroid, that helps us to maintain a good metabolism and also controls and monitors our growth, is there. The para-thyroid, that facilitates the calcium and phosphate metabolism, they also lie in this area. The whole process of respiration, you know, how we breathe in, we breathe out. The process of swallowing, whether it's our food, whether it's our water, whether sometimes, you know, we have to swallow the saliva. This is called, the technical name for this is deglutition, but let's say just say swallowing for now. So it's part of our digestive system, and that's also in the neck. The region is given very great importance in the yoga, because if this region is healthy and if there is a sense of ease there, a sense of fluidity, a good range of motion, and opening of the energy channels is possible and can be facilitated, this flow. And our Vishuddha chakra resides also in the neck, in the throat chakra. And that's our center of speech, our center of communication, our center of purity really, in how we communicate, and even the way we express our thoughts and words are in this area. So to facilitate healing and regeneration of the neck and the functions that it houses, the functions that pass through it, we have this unique practice called Bhrama Mudra. Brahma is the creator in the Hindu Trinity, that aspect of the divinity that enables creation to manifest and to occur. So Brahma is always depicted as 4 heads, and in the Bhrama Mudra we do turn our head in 4 directions. We turn right, we turn left, we go up, and we go down. 4 is a number of stability in yoga. You know, we have 4 sides to a square, we have 4 legs to a table, we have 4 legs to a chair quite often. So it's a number that is linked with stability. So we have a practice in yoga that offers stability to this very quite fragile region. You know, when you think of the body and the structure of the spine, and then the cervical spine, and then we go up to these 2 tiny rocking bones on which the heavy skull sits. The neck in one way is quite a fragile area. So it can be useful to have a practice, a specific dedicated practice, to keep this area strong and healthy, because, you know, it is a pain in the neck to have a pain in the neck. And it also helps the shoulders, the actual head, you know, can help with tension in the head, stress. also a feeling of, if you like, relaxation. This practice can bring on a feeling of relaxation as well. It can be quite advisable to maybe, do some practices before Bhrama Mudra, and we're going to do that today. Some neck rolls, some just opening work to make sure that the neck is in a really nice, fluid kind of position before we start the mudra work. I think we do turn the head from, it involves turning the head to the right, to the left, up and down. And this movement is done in synchronization with the breath, and on the exhalation we use a sound. We're going to use 4 sounds, and I'll explain that to you. There's a link obviously between the mind and the body. We are people that don't just exist on one plane. We have a body, we have a mind, we have emotions, we have the psyche, and we have the breath. And we have the energetic body. So all of these planes can come together when we're working with the Bhrama Mudra, bringing the body and the mind together. So as we breathe in, we are turning to the right. We go right first, so we breathe in to the right. Then we breathe out and come center. We breathe in to the left. We breathe out and come center. We breathe in to look up, we breathe out to come center, and we breathe in to dip the head, and we breathe out to come center. Now we're keeping the spine in a beautiful, if you like, long and strong posture. We're not kind of doing a back bend, and we're not really pulling the head. We are trying to make fluid movements, and we will do it for 1, 2, 3, 4, probably 6 counts to breathe in, and then the sound, the various sounds which we will go through now, will bring you back to center. We are always moving away from center but coming back to center in this practice, remaining balanced and remaining in a state of, if you like, harmony and ease, so we're not knocking ourselves off kilter. The sounds of the Bija mantra, turning right, left, up and down, are A, U, I, And as we practice together, this will become very obvious, and we'll practice it a few times. So the vibrations we make also help, the vibrations from the sound also help to induce a feeling of harmony, a feeling of healing, a lovely vibration in the whole system. It is a sort of psychosomatic harmonization, if you like. So it also induces physical relaxation, but on the vibrational level, we kind of attune to that vibration that makes us happy and healthy, and this practice allows us that. Sound, as in the Bija mantra, the A, I, or A, U, I, is, I was listening today to somebody talk about this, saying that sound is a bit like bringing prana, life force, energy in on the ears. And when we, which is a really beautiful concept, I think, but when we also do the Bhrama Mudra, we feel the resonance. We're concentrating on the neck, the upper body, the head, so we really feel the resonance in the head, and it's almost, you feel it in your bones, and that can be really beautiful. There's an additional benefit in terms of you're getting some physical relaxation and ease, mental, emotional relaxation and ease, but there's a further benefit of when we turn our head to face in different ways. We are visiting maybe a different perspective to our own. So much in our modern times, you know, we kind of get knocked off kilter if somebody presents a different perspective to us. You know, we feel that it's either right or wrong. And most of the time we are just reacting to situations and events. We're not really responding in a kind of balanced way. You know, we get carried away, we overreact, we actually overreact. And we're not really responding, maybe in the best way that is good for us. You know, we can cause ourselves more stress and suffering by reacting in a knee-jerk way and getting angry and getting het up and taking things personally. We're always being thrown off balance. We allow ourselves to be maybe dominated by the emotions and by our initial reactions to things. But when we practice Bhrama Mudra, we find that we are turning away from center and we're looking in a different direction, but we're always coming back. So we turn right and we come back. We turn left, we come back. We look up, we come back. We look down, we come back. So you are always facing away 4 times, but you're always coming back 4 times. So it is sort of training us to maintain our equilibrium, even though maybe others around us are losing theirs, maybe people are overreacting, maybe they're getting locked into that defeatist spiral or that negative reaction to things. And we can observe, we can allow people their perspectives because they have the right to their perspective. It is, you know, absolutely right and correct that people should have their own perspectives, and we don't have to be upset by that. We don't have to control or caretake that and try and change that. The practice enhances our own capacity to understand other perspectives, and, you know, maybe understand ourselves better, but not feeling that we have to control it. We can always come back to our own balance with this practice. I think maintaining a balance gives us a wider perspective anyway, and if we are centered in ourselves, then we can understand, we can be compassionate, you know, we can look after ourselves and take care of ourselves if the need be, but we don't have to be knocked off our own equilibrium. When we practice this, it's kind of absolutely fine to do it in the morning, afternoon, or the evening. It's not going to raise the energy so that you can't sleep, etc. But it's wise to practice either 3 rounds, 6 or 9 rounds of going in each direction, and then we do 3, 6 or 9 rounds depending on how much time we have, how much we feel that this practice is helping our specific needs, all of those different things. It is a really wonderful practice, you know, giving you the essence of relaxation in the neck and the head, the shoulders, the upper back, and finding that midpoint in your own perspective. And when you look at the way we live our lives, in terms of, I've been sitting at the computer all day because I'm writing an assignment, so you know, the way we live our lives with a lot of tension, a lot of burden on our shoulders, a lot of burden in the neck, and constantly maybe looking at social media, this practice can be really, really helpful. So I just wanted to put a bit of meat on the bones before we go into the practice. You may practice sitting in a chair if it's difficult for you to get to the floor. And if you're sitting in a chair, you just need to be upright with the spine, the knees directly in front of the hips and the ankles under the knees, so you're not leaning back or slumping. You need to allow for a long side body and an open chest. Plenty of room for the lungs to fill to their capacity. I'm sitting in Vajrasana, which is sitting on my knees. It's fine to sit cross-legged if that's what suits you as well. And we're going to just start. I'm going to sit up a minute and just ease out my legs a little bit before I sit back in the practice of Vajrasana. We're just going to do some, I say neck rolls, I mean head rolls, just to make sure that the neck feels as open as it can feel and there's no tightness there, that you feel a little bit more range of movement before we go into the practice. So let's just close the eyes and just come into a nice quiet sitting space. Just allowing yourself to come into your yogic space, your yogic seat, however that is for you. maybe just drop the chin. Just allow a little traction along the back of the neck. I'm going to breathe in and turn my head to the right and just rotate on the in breath and coming back on the out breath. You can keep your eyes open or closed, it's up to you. Breathing in to come up. I'm not sort of going in one direction first. I think I'm going clockwise and then I'll go anti-clockwise. And breathing in, just slowly, slowly allowing the neck to stretch. No jerky movements, no trying to pull the shoulders up to meet it. And breathe in and change direction. All the way up and back. And come to a central point. And maybe you just see if you can allow the right ear to come towards the right shoulder without hunching the shoulder up. Breath is normal, you're breathing in through the nostrils. Maybe the left hand can stretch away in mid-air, just and hover in there, not doing anything too much. It might come to the floor, it might not. And breathe in, bring the head up. And breathe out, take it to the left. And you're really just letting the weight of the head and gravity give you a nice stretch along the right side of your neck. And when you feel that's safe for you and you feel okay, you're not hunching up too much, you can hold out the right hand. And maybe it comes to the floor, that'll give you a bit more. But I'm just reaching away with the right hand. And breathing and come up. And breathe out, just allowing the head to drop back. You're not back bending, just allow the chin to come up and allow the head to come back. Stretching the throat here. And breathing in, come up to center. And breathing out, allow the head to sink down. Again, allowing some nice traction on the back of the neck. And breathe in to come center. So we're going to go in one direction 3 times with the sound ah. Now the bija mantra is a seed sound, and we like to think in yoga that we are planting the seed of a tree, okay, or could be planting the seed of anything that is going to grow and is going to develop and is going to bring harmony. So the seed sound ah is quite a guttural sound. So it's not ah, thinking of the jaw, if you like, to the core. Ah, so you in martial arts you hear a lot of ha ha. They make that noise using the center, using this the belly area, the sort of solar plexus area. So it's an ah, but don't worry about the quality of the sound. It's about the quality of the vibration. I'm just going to take a sip of water. That would be wise for you before you start. And we'll start together. So sitting nice and tall, however you are seated. You can bring your hands into Yoga Mudra, just placing the right hand just on top of the left in a nice comfortable place. Shoulders are down, spine is long and strong, front is soft and open. We're going to breathe in and turn our head to the right, and as we breathe out the sound is ah. Please don't rush, take your time. We're going to breathe in breathe in slowly, turn right. Breathe in, turn right. Ah. Just witness. Even after 1 or 2 or 3 rounds of there's a change in the quality of my mind, quality of my breath. Before we proceed to the you can liberate your legs if you're sitting in Vajrasana, or change the cross of your legs if you're in Sukhasana, easy cross-legged, or if you are sitting on a chair, it might be nice to just stand up, shake out the legs, and come back down and take your seat. The next sound is oo. And oo is a labial sound, you know, you're puckering your lips a bit, and it uses the whole of the mouth, coming from the back of the throat forward. Okay? Hands in Yoga Mudra, nice and tall, soft front. Sit tall. No rushing. Breathing into the left. Breathe in, turn left. Release the hands. Just notice. Release your legs if you need to. Maybe you can come onto the side and just stretch them or kick them out if you feel that the circulation needs a little help and hand. And come back. And this time we are going to bring the head up. You can keep the eyes open. I tend to close mine because I get a better sense of the vibration and looking inward when my eyes are closed. But you suit yourself. Nice long back, soft belly, soft chest. We're going to breathe in as we tilt the head up, but no back bend. The sound is E, keeping the tongue, if you can, against the top palate. So there's a slight nasal intonation. It's not a lock on the lower palate. Breathing together. Breathe in, tilt the chin up. Breathe in. Place the hands on the thighs and let the sound vibration settle down. Notice the sound in the skull, in the head, in every cell. I'm going to release my feet again. Now, you can sit through without moving around and releasing, but I'm just showing that it's fine to do that, but keeping the energy quiet, not upsetting the practice. But it can be painful to sit for too long, and you need to build up to it. So I'm just showing you that we can do that in between each round with each sound. This time we're making the sound. So we're dropping the chin towards the sternum. And as we make we're raising it up to center. So close your eyes, soften your shoulders, lengthen your spine. Soften the front of your body. Breathing in here, dropping the chin. Breathe in, drop the chin. Drop the chin. Place your palms of your hands on your thighs. Open your eyes. Just notice, take a sip of water if you need. Move the legs if you feel you need to. Just shaking them out, maybe rotating the ankles one way and the other. As I say, if you're sitting in your chair, you're very welcome to stand and just shake the body a little bit, shake the legs out. Not holding, it's a really good way to ensure you're not holding tension when you are practicing the mudra. I was sitting up on a block underneath my bottom, in between my bottom and my heels, which I sometimes do. I didn't point that out, but you can do that and you can put a cushion there. But now I'm going to sit back on my heels. For the final part, I'm taking a sip of water first. Because obviously we use a lot of fluid on the breath when we are doing the exhalations with the sound. Now we are going to do 3 rounds of A, U, I, We're going to do 3 rounds, one sound after the other. So sitting tall, breathe in right. Breathe in left. Breathe in, lift the head. Breathe in, drop the chin. Breathe in right, slowly, don't rush. Breathe in left. Breathe in, up. Breathe in, down. Last round, right. Breathe in, left. Breathe in, up. And breathe in, down. Drop the hands to the thighs and just notice quality of the mind, quality of the breath, and the body. Come onto all fours, or maybe you have to come onto your back, that's fine, whatever suits you. And I'm just going to rotate my ankle one way and the other. And I'm going to do the left one way and the other. So that is the end of the Bhrama Mudra. We split it up into 4 parts, as this is a tutorial. If you want to practice the 4 sounds, repetitions of the 4 sounds consecutively, so right, left, up, down, that's how we would practice the mudra. But it's absolutely fine to break it down into the 4 component parts of the mudra. Hopefully you enjoyed the tutorial, and I hope you come and practice with me again. I upload videos to YouTube under GoSlowYoga, and you can subscribe there for more practices in classical yoga and yoga therapy. Namaste.